Check. Let's get some people on this. I'm gonna break this store wide open. Wide open. Let's go in here. Let me change my pages real quick. I've been doing some digging. You guys aren't gonna believe what I've uncovered. This is gonna be covered by everybody. It's gonna get covered by everybody. We're gonna get some people on here. My crooked. Oh yeah, we're gonna blow this wide open today. Wide open. We're gonna expose Thoman. We're gonna expose Harley Benton. We're gonna expose Firefly. We're gonna expose Sir guitars. We're gonna expose Tom Anderson guitars. We're gonna expose Nash guitars. We're gonna blow this shit wide open. Wide open. I'm gonna show you stuff that no one's showing you. I did a lot of digging last night. This shit is gonna go way into the stratosphere. Way into the stratosphere. When I show you what Thoman is doing, Harley Benton, Firefly, Sir guitars, LSL guitars, all these shills, I'm gonna blow it wide open. Wide open. And you guys ain't gonna believe what I've undug. I wasn't gonna come on right away, but you know what I said? Thoman pays YouTubers through two avenues. Right there. It pays them direct sponsorships for larger established channels. Thoman frequently sponsors dedicated product reviews, demos, event features. Content creators receive free gear or a flat fee for their time and promotion. Even promoting the company itself. Review policy, how to pitch, the premium partner affiliated. Remember I was talking about this last night. How do we know that they're getting paid and they have biased opinions? They are getting paid. Thoman is paying people. They're paying direct sponsorships in event features, which means they're paying people to lie about Thoman. They're paying people to lie about this. Fender doesn't do that. Fender does not do this. Who does it? Thoman. Right here, baby. Thoman is paying people to lie about the company and the products. And let's take a look. Compensation reviews, they pay him two ways. How it works, commissions, getting started. It's all right here in black and white. Black and white. Thoman is lying. Yep, YouTubers are getting paid salaries for promoting this shit and lying about how great the quality is. And I'm going to show you that too. Because Thoman, right, is a Harley Benton supplier, right? Harley Benton quality control is widely considered a gamble. Right here, baby. Widely a gamble. Fretwork failures, dry fretboards, electronics and grounding, cosmetic imperfections. It's all right here. And who is that? Thoman. They're making shit quality products. Fender. You want to go after them in domain to make better quality? This proves they're not. It is a blowout. Now let's take a look at Firefly. Firefly, known for their famous and their unbeatable value, but notorious for inconsistent quality control, rough, uneven frets, faulty wiring, microphonic pickups, cosmetic floors like minor chips or finished. Firefly, busted. Harley Benton, fucking busted. These guys are getting paid to lie. All of them. The bald shredder. Every fucking one of them are getting paid to lie. Because if you tell the truth, you don't get paid. It's all right here. I got it all. Let's take a look at Sir Guitars. Sir Guitars right here. Common issues. Fretwork. While Sir is highly regarded for fretwork and setup, cosmetic flaws and finishes, custom order delays and communication. You want to buy a Sir guitar? Go right the fuck ahead. It's right there. Sorry, Andy. You're busted. Sir Guitars, busted. You want to say your quality control is better than Fender? It's not. It's worse. And it gets better. It gets better. I need my Velvet Hammer wardrobe. Let's see. Nash Guitars generally suffers from inconsistencies rather than catastrophic structural defects, part sourcing, setups, hardware, electronics. Go pay your $4,000 for a Nash guitar. Good fucking luck. Good luck. And then the one that who was shilling yesterday? Tom Anderson, our beloved Tom Anderson, right here. Tom Anderson. What did they subjective inconsistency in resonance? Resonance? Inconsistency? What are you uninspiring out tier on forums? Minor component upkeep, metal shavings on pickups. It's all right here. I got quality control on every fucking one of them. They all lie to you guys. And the proof is in the pudding. It's documented. Sorry, Justin Meyer. You're a fucking bullshitter. Sorry, Ball Shredder. You're a bullshitter. Sorry, Max Guitar. You're a bullshitter. It's all for personal gain, and I got you all fucking busted. All of you are busted. Spread the word. It's all right here in black and white. Am I lying? No. It's all listed. Fender. Custom shop. Sorry, Justin Meyer. 0 fret issues. Sorry, Gorilla Repair Guitar. 0 fret custom order issues with frets. And he shows that he's fret leveling a guitar. These guys are liars. I wanted to come on here before anyone does this or declares anything. Listen, they're all shills. They're all lying to you. Philip McKnight, all of them, they're all lying. If you say, how am I going to pay for a Sir guitar with quality issues and dead pickups and metal shavings on your thing? No, $4,000. LSL, quality issues. Let's take a look. Did I show you LSL? The heaven to bid. Oh, we didn't get to LSL, did we? Let's see. LSL, widespread or systematic doesn't. Oh, but wait. They do have quality issues. Fretboard and string alignment issues. High E string alignment. Fret buzz. Minor cavity and hardware imperfections. Oh man, LSL. Don't tell me you make a better instrument. You're lying. You're all lying. Aggressive relic preferences, industry inspection outliers, varying consistency reports. While a majority of players praise LSL for tight neck joints and resonant wood choices, certain high volume guitar inspectors and dealers on forums like Reddit have claimed to encounter occasional duds. What? Oh, so they're all hiding it. They're all hiding it. Why? They get paid. They're all paid shills. Oh my God. It's all black and white. I went through all of them. LSL, Nash Guitars, Tom Anderson, Harley Benton, Firefly. They're all quality control issues, and all they talk about is Fender quality control issues. You guys are, those guys are, they're busted. They're busted. They're flat out busted. I was up last night Googling all quality control issues on all these companies. I found out Thomann was, Tennis Nuts confirmed it this morning. They're all paid shills. Thomann is such a big company, they're outpaying these guys on YouTube. They are the problem, not Fender. Now you know why. Who knows if Amazon's paying? Who knows if Thomann, how much they're paying? We don't know. All we know is that they're getting paid to lie to the public. That's fraud. Fraud. Somebody, I might send this video to Fender myself. Frauds. If you're paying people to lie about your equipment and say it's really good when you have a lot of inconsistency, quality controls issues with a Harley Benton, you can't say it's great value for the money. You cannot. And they want to put Fender out of business? Are you crazy? What are the chances of you getting a Harley Benton sent back into Europe so that they can fix the issues? None. Here, you could take your Squire back to Guitar Center. So what do you want to do? Do you want to agree with these shills who are getting paid to lie and fraud and deceive the public on merchandise? YouTube needs to step in right away. This is where Fender can sue YouTube 1,000%. 1,000% Fender should sue YouTube and shut them all down. All these shills by lying on quality control issues and that they're great guitars and they don't have anything. Yeah, Fender ain't going nowhere. Especially after they... If I'm smart enough to do this, I hope their lawyers are fucking on the same page as me. I really do. This is insane. Thomann pays you two different ways. They can make you an affiliate, which means that the more guitars you sell, you get a cut of. So the more you're a salesman. And as a salesman, you're deceiving the public. And if you have a contract with Thomann where you're lying about the quality control and the issues, or they're being sent special guitars and deceiving the public, there's a problem here. There's a big problem. Big problem. And it's unbelievable. Yeah, they can sue him easy after this. I really believe Fender should step up and do a class action lawsuit because they're taking away from a company that has quality control issues because they mass produce. And here's boutique builders who don't mass produce, like LSL, and they have quality control issues. And they want to charge you double what a fucking Fender is and then say that their product's better. It's not. Nash, Tom Anderson, LSL, all of them. Firefly, they're all lying. All of them. Even Fender says that we do have some quality control issues. Why? Because it's hard to upkeep with that many guitars going out. So if it's hard for somebody that's got 30% of the business in the world, why do these guys that are selling these $6,000 and $4,000 Andy Wood guitars have quality control issues when they're not even close to selling that much? Maybe that's also why Guitar Center doesn't have a big resale value on Sir guitars. Because they know the inside scoop. Could possibly be. Could be. These guys have just gotten busted. Thomann's busted. All these shills are busted. All these boutique builders are busted. They all want to talk about Fender and their problems, but they don't talk about their own problems. I get dipped in my fretboard. They're busted. They're all busted. Now you guys know the real scoop on even the boutique builders' quality control issues. And now you guys know that Thomann are paying these guys. And the more that they shill, the more money they make. It's a driving incentive. And what happens? You're not going to say this product sucks because you won't sell a guitar. It's unbelievable. Unbelievable. They are scamming the public. What kind of integrity does Thomann have now? What kind of character does Thomann have now? They're paying people to lie when they know a lot of the guitars that they sell, these off brands, have major, major flaws. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. LSL, who cries, the big guy's coming after me. They should, you know why? You stole their design and you're making a worse product than a mass-produced custom shop for half the money. Andy Wood going after Fender saying that they suck in quality control. Well, why don't you talk about Sir's quality control? It's listed. Why don't you talk about LSL's quality control, tone nerds? Why? Because you fucking suck. You're paid shill liars. Paid shill liars. I couldn't believe how much quality control issues some of these had. It's unbelievable. LSL, fretboard and string alignment issues. So the necks are crooked and they're not lining up with the pickup, and the string is high, off the fret more on one side because the neck isn't straight into the pocket. And you're a boutique builder, LSL? Fret buzz. They hand shape their necks and applies thin lacquer finishes. Some owners require unexpected truss rod adjustments and setup tweaks right out of the box to resolve minor fret buzz. Misaligned cavity screws. You're a fucking boutique builder building what? Maybe 5 or 10 of these a month? How do you fuck up that? Yeah, they're all bad. This is LSL. Look. LSL, fretboard string alignment. I'm reading it. I got the pictures, bro. You can go back. You guys can look it all up. Look up quality control on any guitar you want. How come? Why isn't this is LSL? Come on, tone nerds. Where are you at with this shit? You want to say that the quality has gone down in Fender? Well, they haven't even gotten started. Right out of the box, LSL's got quality control issues. Even with Tom Anderson, again, listed. Inconsistency with sound. Fretwork, paint finishes, metal shavings on pickups. Minor oversight from the final fret polishing process is easily wiped off with tape, but limits users find as a factory flaw. Come on, man. Exposed pole pieces. Engineering decisions mistaken for flaws because of a wedget neck joint, and they don't line up right in those. It's unbelievable. Nash guitars. Setup needs, parts sourcing, hardware, neck relief and truss rods, hardware, electronics. It's unbelievable. Sir guitars, right there. Sir. Fretwork and setup, cosmetic flaws and finishes, custom order delays and communications. And their response time. Yes, they did. They did have a patent. Yes, they did. And here's the thing on the Fender patent with the body. So it was in technical drawings. So Fender actually assumed that it was a part of that, even though they didn't have a specific patent number on there. But when they applied in the 50s for the patent, all those patents didn't actually pass until the late 60s. Think about this. Leo Fender applied for it for Fender, but those patents didn't come into the late 60s. The late 60s. And they had several patents. The trem bar, the springs in the back, the pickup jack, the wiring, the pickup configuration. It wasn't one patent. They had several patents. And the body was in all the technical drawings. And Gibson won a lawsuit on Dean on body shapes under trademark last year. Out of maybe 5 bodies, they lost one, the 335. Gibson lost because they said that acoustic wise, the 335 had to remain in public domain because of the way the shape was with the F holes, because it was an semi-acoustic guitar. So they left that in public domain so that people could make that a better build. Gibson won. They won the Explorer. They won the Les Paul. They won the Flying V. I mean, I forget all of the ones that they won, but they did win trademarking the bodies, which went against that they had patented the bodies and it expired, and now they were. So Gibson had the same issue the Fender had with the patent continuing, and then they tried to trademark them instead of copyright them. Now Fender might go with the trademark thing here in the States because, like the blues attorney I said, it's not the precedent that was set in the German ruling, it's the precedent set in the United States by Gibson by winning trademark on the body. They won after years and years and years and years. They finally won their trademark. And both Gibson and Fender have been fighting this issue for years. No one talks about the precedent set by Gibson and Dean. Dean lost the right to make the dime guitar because of the body shape. No one talks about that. Why? And here you go. Thoman busted for paying people as an affiliate. No wonder why the guitarologist is pitching all these guitars and bald shredder. They get paid for every guitar that they sell based on subscriber view and content, and they can become an affiliate. So they are getting paid. They're not just getting free guitars. You can get paid per video. You can get paid just for content and promoting those guitars. But while they're doing that, they're lying to you. Let's look at the Harley Benton thing again. Let's see. All these people that say that Harley Benton was such a great guitar, right? Harley Benton quality control is widely considered a gamble. How come the Shields aren't saying this? Look at all these issues, man. Fretwork failures, dry fretboards, electronics and grounding, cosmetic Dude, it's a 50-50. You get a good one. I don't even know what the odds are, but they don't sound that good. For by the time you spend $300 on a Harley Benton and your shipping and your tariffs, you're at $400. You're going to spend $400 for a gamble? That's like throwing one hand on a blackjack deal, throwing $400 or $400 on a spin, hoping that you're going to win. What are your odds and chances of getting a great made guitar from China through Thoman? Not good. Now that leads into the public domain issue. The S body isn't the only thing that was patented and lost in the patents. The pick guards, the pickups, the wiring, the pickup selector, the springs, the trem system. If you're not making a better product and you can't prove that you make a better product, how are you going to win? Fender can use what I just showed you in a court of law and say, look, they want to use our guitar body shape when you put it in domain through patent, and they're making a poor representation of what a Fender Strat is. Calling it a Strat, calling it an S style. You're ripping people off by paying people on social media, and just like all these like Gabes want to use social media, now Fender needs to use social media to win their case, saying they're being bought out and they're lying to the public that these guitars are just as good as Fender. They're frauding and deceiving the public, and we want to end that. Just like the frauding and deceiving with the fake Fenders with the Fender logo, they're frauding them with declaring that it's a better guitar for the money. It's not. It's not. So what is this actually about? It's about people lying and getting paid to lie. And what have I always been saying? The truth and integrity. And these guys have zero of that. They should be disgusted and ashamed of themselves looking in the mirror, supporting on families and ripping off other hardworking American people. Think about this. You're cutting these fucking trees down in China, wasting the wood on shit product. You're destroying your forests for shit guitars. You're ruining the environment. Where is all the leftists on the environment? by China cutting these trees and building these crappy guitars in a sweatshop factory, and then lying to the public and deceiving and frauding hardworking citizens of the USA. Guitar Max, you should just fucking quit. Ball Shredder, just fucking quit. Guitarologist, just fucking pack it up. You're insane. Insane. You're deceiving your own fucking people. You're lying to the American public. Are you out of your mind? You want to act like you're a avenger of what's right and Fender's always wrong. What about you with these shit guitar builds that it's a 50-50 gamble you get? Well, that's why you should be a luthier. No, I want to buy a fucking guitar that I don't have to work on or worry about that falls apart in fucking 2 months. Yeah, where's the outrage? Where is the fucking outrage on this? I'm so mad. I can't even be angry because I just woke up. I did all this last night for you guys because I want you guys to get the word out there and start spreading. I don't get paid for the video. I don't get paid for this. I'm not monetized. What I want is the truth to get out there. I want all the truth to get out there that these guys are paid shills who are lying to the American people, and I just proved it. Even custom boutique builders, you're no better than Fender. You got your own fucking issues. So all these other boutique builders, clean your shit up before you start talking crap. Make sure your mistakes are none. You're not mass producing like Fender. You don't own 30% of the market. So there's no excuse for you to have a quality control issue. None. Sorry, Andy. You're a fraud with Sir because you get paid. That's why I don't like endorsements. I'm not endorsed by anybody. I got EVH strings. How am I going to pitch EVH? You play what you want to play. They lie so fucking bad. It's unbelievable, the lies. Jace Guitars. Get the fuck out of here, you lying paid liar. You're getting paid to lie. Great, dude. We should get hats. Make guitars great again. Fender should do a guitar like that. A hat. And Fender, make guitars great again. Oh my God. What a brilliant idea. Send that to Fender, bro. That's your idea. Send that to Fender. Maybe they pay you. Yeah, so what they're doing is what Thoman does. I knew it because of the God Pack thing with my kid with the Pokemon. They're all getting, all these YouTubers are happen to pull these God Packs when it's 1 in a million. How are all these high subscriber channels pulling God Packs? Pokemon is frauding by paying these people and giving them the free God Packs so that they can sell them and they get paid on top of it. It's unfucking believable. Yeah, there's a lot of new names in the chat. That's because I'm on early. I need everybody to spread the word. Tell them, dude, you can start Googling what Thoman's doing. You can Google all these builders. You can Google Harley Benton. It's a gamble to get one of these guitars. They tell you that there's a lot of quality control issues, but these shills are getting paid. And who's some of the shills? Rhett Shull, Guitarologist, Philip McKnight, The Ball Shredder, Jace Guitars, Scar My Guitar. Americans are deceiving their own people for the dollar. The root of evil is money. Why would you fuck your neighbor over to make a quick $5 or 10% on a guitar? Unbelievable. What has our country become? Jesus. We need a change. It's going to be you guys. You guys are the change. You spread the word and get it out there and you shut them down. It's up to you guys to shut this down, to get the word out, to get the truth out. You guys need to preach the word, preach the truth. Hey man, look this up. It's bullshit. And you're a part of it and you're getting paid to lie. to us Americans. I didn't have a whole family go into the military so that we can have these fucking Americans shill and lie and rob our American people. That wasn't a part of what they fought for. They fought for truth and honor so that you could have a better life, not get ripped off for some piece of shit shill. That's unbelievable. Unbelievable, man. Unbelievable. And it's going to be up to you guys to get the word out. I'm just a small guy. You know, I can do as much as I can on my channel, but post it on Facebook. Post it anywhere you can. Go on other people's channels and say, bro, here's what the facts are. What do you got to say? How are you going to answer and clarify this? You can't. Everybody needs... I mean, the shills are crazy. I hope Fender sues them. And the same shills are the ones saying that Fender has quality control issues. Like the Justin Meyer. Well, Tom Anderson, there's nothing great. This is one of the greatest with sustain on 24 fret guitars. It just said they had a sustain problem. Justin Meyer, you're caught in multiple lies. Well, I bought this myself. Well, where are you getting? Where is it? There's Sir Nash. Let's see. Where Tom Anderson. A lack of acoustic resonance compared to others in the brand. Right there. And you're telling me that Tom Anderson has great sustain when people are complaining about the sustain, that it feels unnatural and dead? Really? How much did you get paid? Because obviously you got a lot of fucking gear in your house and you're not telling us how you're buying all this gear. Yeah, what you don't support goes away. But this is for everybody. What you see, the proof's in the pudding there, Hugh. You shouldn't laugh. You know why? Because if you laugh at Americans ripping off Americans, you come around here, you ain't making it out of this neighborhood. I'll fucking guarantee you that. You want to put a bet on the line that I'm a C-list band guy? You want to go head to head with me? Put up or shut up. I got $5 million right now. I'll fly you in this motherfucker. We go to head on any fucking stage. I'll make you cry like a bitch. What do you think about that, Hugh? Disappeared, right? Let me hear you comment to that, Hugh. What are you, a shill? It's about to get real up in this motherfucker. You make me laugh. I think you were a guitar tech or roadie for a C-list band. You do a Gemini research. Yeah, that was to trick him, so that got his IP address from the FBI, stupid ass. And now he's in fucking trouble. That's why he's not making a whole lot of content on me. There you go, bitch. Now what you get to say about that? Send me an email and I'll fucking track you too. Zach ain't got no fucking money to bet. Come on, Hugh. Put up or shut up. I know you're probably Zach. Come on, Hugh. What you got? You ain't got nothing. Do you? Look. Come on, Hugh. Run away. Yeah. No, you know why? Because he wasn't listed as somebody that was who sent me a threatening letter. It was Tom. So they asked me, I said, well, it could be him. And they said, well, that's not what you said. So now we got to get you to send him an email to you. Once I got him to send the email to my lawyer, he was fucked. Yeah. You want to try me too? Tom ain't talking shit about me no more, bro. And Zach ain't got nothing to talk about. He don't talk about my playing. He don't talk about this. He don't talk about I know. All he talks about, and he takes stuff out of context once in a while about a Chinese guitar. And now I was talking about I have no problem with the Chinese guitar when it's registered, licensed. So you want to say that Zach's a good guy? Zach's a piece of shit, just like you, bro. Matter of fact, you can email me at jittboy at Yahoo. I'll fly you out here. You want to have words with me in person? I guarantee you don't speak no more after I have a conversation with you. Because if you can talk through a wired jaw, ain't gonna happen. So you want to come on here and act like you're a tough guy and threaten me and question me? Go right ahead. Because I'll take what you're doing as bullying for Zach, because you're mentioning Zach. So if you're associating yourself with Zach, I don't give a shit if it's wasting tax money. I got ties all the way up to Trump, dipshit. No, well, you mentioned Zach, didn't you? So obviously you care about Zach. You're just a talker that talks in circles. No, I said if you want to fly out here and have words with me in a conversation, it's not a threat. That's up to you. You can determine your own fate. You want to come over here, then that's a threat. If you agree to it, it's not a threat. You have to. I'm not kidnapping you or showing up at your house, but you're coming on my channel. No, there's no examples of backing out. It was a trick for the FBI because you're too stupid to know what's going on. Again, just a talking piece of shit. You got something better to do? Go ahead. I might be a special needs person. So now you're making fun of special needs people, right? How many of people in my chat know a special needs person? How many? How many in here has a cousin that's a special needs person or knows a special need, or your sister has a kid or something? This is the kind of shit that you hear from pieces of shit that live in America. I don't care if you were born and raised here. You're the farthest thing from American. What have you done for America? Besides fucking taking every fucking privileged thing that you can get. I know it's probably Zach. Zach's a piece of shit. He's a nobody going nowhere with nothing. Period. You ain't done shit. Now that you know what an NDA is, you're gonna try to jump on that. Shut the fuck up. See, now you're just a liar. You don't got nothing on your channel to prove that you can play. You got nothing. You're just a piece of shit, lying, bullying, coming on someone else's channel to talk shit. Why is he bullying me? That's a great question. Everybody sees it. I got witnesses on here the same you come on my channel talking shit. Bullying who? With actual fucking Googled shit? I'm not bullying anybody. The people are lying to the American people by shilling, by taking Thoman money. That's bullying? You is Zach. Yeah, probably. I already know where Zach lives. I know where Tom lives. I know where Zach lives. I know where they all live. Just like they know me, I know them. The White Knight Hugh. Catch me outside. How about that? Yeah, yeah. All talk. Want to bite. Has nothing new to give to the conversation. You see how they are? That's a classic troll move. Use other people's things. Like I did songs about Zach, and then Zach uses AI to do the same thing. You're a copycat. You're just a fucking you have no originality. You're just a copycat. You like to run your mouth and you got nothing new to say. That's why your channel's a failure. You don't really have any real content. No, you don't have any facts. Post the facts. We'll go through all your facts right now. Zach got caught in a trap that the FBI asked me to do. Why would I have him set it up with my lawyer? What are you, fucking stupid? That was a trap. So that they can actually have see if he was the same person sending me emails. So that they can verify the IP address. Stupid. You're stupid. My dad's a police major. Was. Retired. My uncle was Clay Shaw on the Ways and Means Committee. What do you think? I come from a family of stupid people? Dude, I feel sorry for you. Because I can tell when I talk to somebody that they're actually intelligent. Everybody in here sees how unintelligent you are. Because you got nothing to say. You got nothing to prove. You have nothing that you can say or prove. Zero. They need him? What did they need him for? To keep shilling? Hey, maybe he could get a fucking deal with Thoman and fucking shill Harley Benton guitars. Make some money. I'm surprised. Anyone that comes on here and talks that kind of smack after what I just showed, I didn't just show Firefly or Thoman. I showed LSL, Sir Guitars, all these brands that he talks shit about that, Tom or all his fanboy clubs talk about. Yeah, how come? Yeah, yeah. How bizarre. Come on someone else's chat to make derogatory comments in a person's channel, then worries about being threatened. You got it exactly right. See, Hugh, these guys are smart. Hugh Schiller. Bruh, no, you don't talk like that. That is Zach. That's not Tom. That's some punk 20 to 30-year-old right there. I can tell. Bruh, you talk shit. You don't know the definition. No, bro. You're a fucking moron. You're just a moron. You're better off just fucking leaving because, you don't make no sense. It's not a Gemini response. That was part of the responses in the comments from Gemini. It was actually through Google. See, you're too stupid to understand that. Because it went through chat. Let's see how stupid he is. Oh, it is Gemini. But that was through Google. So Gemini is, so it comes from 8 sites. See what I'm saying? Right there, 8 sites. So some of it is from Gemini, but it comes from 8 sites. So you're wrong about that. I just showed it. 8 sites. 8 sites. No, what I did to Tom did it to himself. Tom is not a victim. Tom is the one who docks. Tom is the one that goes after Voisu. Tom is the one that goes after people that he doesn't like when the facts are pointed out. It's you, bro. Look, everyone's telling you, just walk away. Because I'm not going to tell anyone to block them, because the more you comment and the more that you speak, the more you incriminate yourself. So I'm telling you now, you come around here and harass me in person, I'll abide by my right to defend myself. How's that, big boy? And you ain't going to like how I defend myself. Because I like to lock people up, make them suffer. You know what I'm saying? A little jiu-jitsu. Maybe choke you out, wake you up, choke you out, wake you up, choke you out. Till you shit your pants. So if you think you're a tough guy, we can arrange that too. Mommy, Jip Boy challenged my intelligence. The problem is there was no intelligence to fucking challenge. Who hasn't done nothing wrong at the moment? You? Bullshit. You came on someone else's channel to start shit. That's actually inciting something. No, you're not giving a view from another side. You know who I am. You know who Zach is. You know who Tom is. You're inciting. You're not de-escalating. You're inciting. You don't even know the fucking difference. That's how fucking stupid you are. People like you get fucking hurt every day because you don't know what the fucking law is. No, you know what? It's because you're a fucking liar, bro. You're just lying. Because you're bent out of shape, you came on this channel and tried to incite something. And I put the challenge out there. JITTBOY. I'll fly you out here. We'll get in a ring at American Top Team with doctors and everything. You'll sign a fucking waiver and you won't go. I'll challenge you a minute in the ring. You won't last a minute in the ring with me for $5 fucking million. All these people are hearing it right now. $5 million. I'll fly you out here. I'll drive you to the ring so we don't have any contact. You sign the fucking waiver. They'll call me. I'll drive 5 minutes from my house and lock you up in a ring. Within a minute, I'll make you shit your pants. How's that for inciting? Fuck this guy? Let's talk guitars, yeah. I mean, if you guys want to block him, go ahead. But it's funny that he doesn't. Because I'll shut your fucking mouth. That's what I'll do. Because you want to talk behind a computer like a big shot. But you're a pussy. I'll tell you that to your face. See, you want to call. Zach wants to say stuff like you're a pussy on his video or whatever. But I'll say it right to your face. I'll say it to your mama's face, your father's face, and then I'll slap your brother. How's that for comedy? give you the band hammer. So there you go. All that shit is brought out into the light. Thoman is paying all these bullshit people. You got it. You can see it from the beginning of the video. If any of you guys want to, you guys all got my email, JITTBOY. If you guys want the pictures of everything that I Googled, Gemini with 8 sites, you can have it. I'll send it to you and you guys can have the pictures, or you can Google quality control issues and then you type in the company, Sir Andy Wood. I wonder how many Andy Wood guitars are in that. You can Google that, but you know. No, my solution is for you to mind your own fucking business and go on some fucking gay HAY channel that you would enjoy. You know, like Gay Street Saloon down in Knoxville with Andy. That's the solution. Go have a fucking beer and then enjoy your life instead of coming on as a troll. You don't have better things to do than troll? Why don't you make some useless content? Or how about here's a challenge for you, Hugh. Go make some real content on your channel that people actually enjoy and would be interested in. Now, he don't know much about me. But if it is Zach, he stopped with, you're not who you are. And that, after the Dave Spitz came on here and I'm doing the rehearsals and more gets out. Believe me, he has no idea how much information that I have. I got 3 books at NDAs over there. If I knew he had real money, I would challenge him to that. Because the books with the NDAs are all listed per song, per the Kiesel, and the purple strap for my son. I told you guys without him a couple lives ago that that's what I was doing. I put the white Kiesel away, and the purple strat is going to get put away. I got all the guitars with all the listings, with all the songs that they were on, and the NDAs to prove that they were for those. So if Hugh wants to do some kind of, after the fight, we get into, if he's got money, then he can win his $5 million back that I take from in the ring. We could bet another $5 million about the NDAs, and he can look at them page by page. Oh, you saw the video of me on stage with Quiet Riot and Piercy that he's like, yeah. Yeah, and there's guys like Dragon City who knows who I am. He was playing with Kevin DuBrow, and he just played with Pretty Boy Floyd. You know what I mean? It's so stupid. These guys, they think they know, and then they really don't. They just guess. It's like Tom said. Tom said I lived in a 1,000 square foot house, and I even say this isn't my house. This is the house my wife grew up in, but there was like a fire or a flood that wiped out this whole block's records, and then all they had was the old pictures because of the drones and old pictures, because all the new stuff wasn't in. The house is like 3,500 square feet or something. 3,200 square feet. It's a big house, but he assumed by the pictures he saw. But then when you Google it, you can see how big it is. It's one of the biggest houses in the actual city. Double or nothing, yeah. I give him a chance to win the money back over the NDA thing. Why would I set something up with a lawyer to have some guy like Zach call my lawyer when I could have just had my lawyer print up a contract, or I could have printed up a contract and just fucking sent to him and say, sign this. Go get this notarized that you signed it and it's a done deal. Why would I have you call the lawyer and then email me? See, that whole thing was a setup for him on the guitar thing as a bet to get him to email me. And then I asked him to email my lawyer to set it up. That's how moronic somebody is. It really is. That's funny as fuck. But now you guys know the truth about everything out here. You got the Thoman stuff. How many people want to see it? More of it because you guys just tuned in. I'm glad you got to see a troll. So we can go back. Let's see the Thoman thing. Because this is the biggest part of it. Yes, Thoman, the massive European musical instrument retail, compensates YouTubers and content creators through two main avenues: direct sponsorships and affiliated program. Right there. So they're paying stuff for content creation, compensation, review policy. They're doing it through how to pitch. So usually needed a dedicated audience in the music or production niche. Creators pitched Thoman's marketing department directly. So once you're a part of an affiliated program, you contact them and you give them ideas on how you want to pitch it. You know what I mean? Yeah, my bathroom is huge. And that goes into my closet is 14 by 14 or 16 by 16. I don't remember the walk-in. You can go back and look at the videos. It's huge. But, everybody wants to talk, about that stuff. I got 2 living rooms. I mean, you could go watch the videos. It's crazy. You started the track and then went and shredding. You smell this Kiss My Ass song? The Andy Wood guitar is what they recall. Yeah. It's unbelievable. And like, again, it's so funny. The people that don't know you, or they kind of know you, like, he's gone now, obviously, or he's just watching. But, they Dave Spitz plays with cover bands around here as well. I mean, he's even said it. He makes good money. It's not like playing in Nashville where these guys don't understand. You go play in a cover band here, you can make, just you as a single person, $500, $700 a night. And the cover bands will actually pay you more if you're somebody like that, because it helps their draw. So a lot of guys like Dave and Patrick, they all play in cover bands. The drummer from Yngwie plays with Shovelhead. They're a cover band. They get paid a lot of money. I got paid a lot of money in a cover band to help the draw. Because between me and my wife growing up in this area, I could draw 200 people, 300 people on my own. So that made the worth of the band go up. So I used my value to help the van, and in return, it made them popular, and they would pay me. See, it's called business. That's why these guys like you don't fucking know jack shit. Why wouldn't you? If I played out 3 times a week in even a lower band with a lesser draw, and they paid me $500. That's $1,500 cash a week. $1,500 on a shit band. Now, if it's a pretty decent band and a lot of people wanted to come out and see them, and I drew 200 people, I could make $1,000 a night. That's $3,000 cash a week for 3 nights. That's over $100,000 a year cash. So do the math and add on another 28% of the tax of that. It's like getting paid $160,000 a year in a cover band. That's insane. So why wouldn't you do that when the money's there? These guys are just stupid, man. They have no idea because they live in their area. They assume the worst of this area. Even Bad Brad said about the cover bands, there's no music around here. That's why everybody moves to South Florida, Miami. Miami's got more of the clubs, and they got a lot of the dance bands. But Broward County and West Palm is a lot of the rock and roll clubs. I've showed pictures and video of Sharkies down the street from me. At any given night, there's 1,000 people in that club. They get money to play in there. You can play on a Sunday, and if you bring 200 or 300 people in there, they're going to pay you $2,500, $2,000, and they pay their own sound man. It's insane. But what? But if you're not doing anything like me and you sit home, let's say Dave doesn't practice law no more. He's in his 70s, so he goes out and he makes that's extra money for him. Because he's on Social Security. He's in his 70s, right? 68. I don't know how old he is. What did he say? But that's where you can make a shitload of money, and it's not nobody knows tax money because they're asking for the money of you pay me cash. Why wouldn't you do that? I don't know Tom either. That had to be Zach because I've seen that name before. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, you gotta let me know when you're here, Michael, for sure. Yeah, and half the time when you go into these bars, if you bring a lot of people, the bars will even pay for your drinks and food. They'll comp you. So you go out, you have a few drinks, and you get your dinner paid for. And then on top of it, you make anywhere from $500 to $1,000 a night cash. It's better than getting run over by an ICE officer or one of those crazies trying to run over an ICE officer. I'll take my chances in the bar. But now you guys know all the stuff that goes on with the shills. Thoman is paying them. And then when you're a partnership, you have direct contact through Thoman. Dude, you don't even have to have the talent, actually. Yep, but yeah, to get that kind of money, you do. But to play in a band, like if you're playing in a regular band and you don't have a huge draw, but you're a really good band and they take a chance on you, let's say you just put a band together in Broward County, you'll get $800. 3 45-minute sets, $800 as a band. So what is that? $200 a piece, and then after taxes, $150. I mean, $150 cash, 3 nights a week, $450 for extra money, especially if you're retired. Beats better than picking up golf balls for free golf on a driving range or something at a golf course. You know what I'm saying? You're in an AC environment. There's girls around. People buying you drinks. I mean, it's fun. But see, like everybody wants to associate with what's going on where they think it's going on. Like nobody knew Thoman was paying all these people in the United States to shill this, like Jace's guitars and the Ball Treader. And I like some of their channels, believe me. But now I kind of having second thoughts on the Schiller programs as now I know why they're all doing it. Because they think that they're going to use these people to advertise their product. And Harley Benton is owned by Thoman. It's their brand. And maybe that's what Gabe is seeing. Harley Benton's doing really well for Thoman. That's their brand. Why can't we build a guitar like that? Well, I'm sorry, Gabe. You might as well look at the Harley Benton quality control issues, because if you're going to go that route and it's a 50-50 gamble, you're going to lose everything in Guitar Center. Yeah, just playing in a garage or a warehouse or something like that. Like I used to have a big warehouse that everybody wanted to rehearse in. It was a double bay. It was AC'd. It had locks. It had a stage in there. I had my sound system in there. People would ask, "Hey man, can we come in like once a week and just pay you?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure." Because you didn't have to pay electric or anything. You just paid. I was paying. I paid $500 for a double bay probably 15, 20 years ago. It was a big giant bay. Yeah, Harley Benton does suck. I just read all the quality control issues from Thoman. I read the affiliate programs and all that. Sir, because Andy pitches Sir, so he's shilling for Sir. That's the problem. Now, I don't care if you shill for your own company, but don't throw Fender under the bus saying that they suck when that's not true. When your guitar company has just as many problems, if not more than Fender, and you're not even on the same product, say, amount of guitars that go out. You know what I'm saying? So your quality versus quantity, Sir is way below Fender in quality control versus quality on the amount that they make. Hey, Danny. So there's a lot of stuff going on with quality control with LSL, Tom Anderson. It's all listed in their control issues. And the biggest part of that is that Andy is throwing Fender under the bus when Sir's house isn't clean. That's wrong. Because you can't compare Sir to a Fender and say that it's that much better when you have just as many quality controls issues. That's completely wrong. But if you're saying Sir's a better guitar and you're not throwing Fender under the bus, I don't have a problem with Andy. But because he went out, oh, James Tyler? No, I've heard of them, but I haven't seen. Let's see. James Tyler quality control issues. Let's see. I can look it up. Let me see. James Tyler quality control issues. James Tyler guitars quality control issues. Because I know they said stuff about Fender issues. I'm sure that they're probably a little better than most, I would assume. James Tyler guitars are highly regarded for their craftsmanship and playability, but they do have known quirks and potential issues. These are included limited aftermarket pickup, compatibility, polarized visual designs, polarizing mid-boost electronics, and historical documented quality control inconsistencies from certain product periods. So they have fucking problems too. They're no better than Fender. You can Google it and find out the truth. But I'm not a Tyler fan. I mean, I let some of their guitars look okay, but again, you can't throw Fender under the bus to kind of promote your guitar as having a better build, because that's not true. Yeah, the home group shows up. Yeah, you guys are fucking awesome, man. But they do. I get. I out of all the guitars with the boutique builders that I would probably buy from, in my opinion, I've never tried a Tyler, but I've played Sir guitars. I've played Tom Anderson's. I think Tom Anderson is one of the better builders as far as quality control. And their guitars aesthetically look really nice to me. Nash guitars too, but Nash has a lot of problems, more than the other guys. Nash, Tyler guitars are okay if you play in Cheap Trick. Outside that, bad taste. Yeah, I'm not. I'm not really. I mean, their aesthetics, the way they look, doesn't appeal to me. But I'm not going to say that that's a quality control issue because I don't like the way they look. Yeah, that's the problem. They're always trying to compare their product to Fender. Like, if you're comparing your product to Fender, why is that? Because it looks like Fender and you're trying to say it's a better made product? No. Just go with what maybe that's what pissed Fender off. Did anyone ever think of that? Stop comparing your guitars to Fender. Maybe Fender wouldn't come after you boutique builders. But when you start saying Fender sucks in quality control, look at my Sir Andy Wood Telly. It's way better. That's your opinion. But on paper, that's not the case. You see what I'm saying? And then you pissing off Fender by shitting on them when they know that you have quality controls issues just as well, but they're the bigger of the people, and Fender's not throwing Sir under the bus. That's how you have to look at it. Yeah, like Bitcoin can't exist out of. Yeah, that's a great comparison. Yeah, instead of insulting your competitors, it's better to say why you're better. Like Fender, they're not throwing Sir under the bus or Tom Anderson. So they sent out cease and desist letters to LSO, who copied a fucking exact copy of the Sadakoi, which is a 54 Strat. Why even put that on your page that you're copying a holy grail? Take that shit down and say, we tried we tried to come up with a better version of an iconic. I wouldn't even say that. I would just I don't know what I would say, to be honest with you, because it's so much of a copy. How do you get out of it? Like, can anyone tell me the Sadakoi? What would you put on there to get out of it to actually compare it to a Fender? It looks just like a Fender, smells like a Fender. You copied it off a holy grail of a Fender. So what is the difference? Like, can anyone logically, if any of you guys are salespeople, could you pitch the Sadakoi not to be a Fender? I don't think so. That's like having a Lamborghini sitting there and it's got a Toyota logo on there. How are you going to pitch that? Well, our Toyota has 800 horsepower. It's a V12. All the same parts as a Lamborghini. Set up like a Lamborghini, but it's a Toyota. Because it's got four wheels, it's public domain. Do you know what I'm saying? It doesn't work like that. Looks have everything to do with it. Because if looks didn't matter, we wouldn't have models and pretty faces promoting products and affiliated with that product as a beauty. Yeah. But I mean, think about it. How are you going to get around all that? It's almost impossible. And then with all these quality controls issues here, Fender could use that in a court and go, public domain states exactly. It's to innovate and make things better. Here's their quality control issue with Thoman and Harley Benton. Is that a better made product, or is it a poor copy intended on one thing? Gain. And they pay subscribers, and they pay social media, and they pay for this, and they pay for that, and they lie about their product. Again, $300, Guitar Center. It's got Ibanez on it. I can go into a bricks and mortar store. It doesn't look like a Strat. And it's got the word Ibanez on there for cheaper than I can get a Harley Benton shipped here. Why would I spend $100 more when I could get this for $300 and then use the other $100 on strings and cables or a pedal? It makes no sense. And these shills are brainwashing kids, indoctrinating them through lies, just like the schools. It's the same shit. Yeah, they're super stressed, but I mean, like Fender owns this company, Jackson. Fender owns Charvel. Fender owns um, EVH. Fender owns a lot. Fender owns Gretsch. I mean, so what are you saying? They make a lot of guitars, man, a lot, and that's. And I don't really 30% of Fender's business. Now I don't know what Cervico on the whole business with all the companies are. It could be 40-50% of the market. Yeah, Thoman planned this whole thing out. It's a planned strategy to give these guys these free, really nice setup Harley Bentons that they have a tech go over, and they lie about everything. Who knows if these some of these guitars aren't really Fender, and then a Harley Benton logo put on with it, and they all they did was shave the neck down, and they say make this exact guitar. Who knows what they're doing over there? If they're lying about one thing, they're lying about other things. That's all I know. If your goal as a company is to pay people to lie about you, your own people, your own Americans to lie about a product to other Americans and deceive them on hardworking American people that have kids and you know what I mean? You're an American lying, taking hard earned money out of the pockets for a shit product that you know is a shit product, but so you can make money and you don't have to go work a real job. What's that tell you about your company? If you're lying to that degree, you're lying about probably everything else in your company. Because this you're lying about your own product brand. What else are you lying about as a whole as being Thoman? You're better off getting the licensing. See, now here's the problem with the Harley Benton, and I'll tell you why they don't want to get the licensing. It's such a poorly made product that if they made that guitar by Harley Benton really good, like they say they do, it would cost you $1,000 because Fender wouldn't approve it. There's the problem. Right there. They're not going to pay for licensing fees because it's not good enough under Fender standards. Yeah, that's a cool looking Ibanez. Sounds great for $300. Same with the Telly, the black Telly you like. I paid $350. It came with a coffin case. This was $3,000. I paid $1,800. I paid $500 for this guitar. I paid $500 for that. I paid $250 for that. Why? I didn't have to touch any of these guitars except put new strings on it and set it up to my liking. Most of the German companies, yeah. That's like the Henning Pauly. All he does is shill Chinese products. And guess what? More power to you. If you like to be a liar, you lied about the girl, you lied about products. So if you lied about the products, you probably lied about the girl. One coincides with the other because that's your demeanor. That's you as a whole as a person. It's like Tom. Tom got caught. He's being a good boy. He's still messing with Gus. Why are you like if you're a world famous Nashville guitar player? Let's do the math. You're a world famous session player that went out, you toured with Ann Wilson and Joe Walsh, right? And you on all these tracks. Why are you fucking with Gus? Why? It's out of feelings. And his feelings get in the way of drinking. That's all it comes down to. Now, he seems like he's been pretty good about it, so I give him props. Zach just seems like a pent up, angry young man that hates working, that hates his life, hates living in his mom's house, doesn't have enough money. Hey, I'd be angry too. But that was his choice to be angry or do something about it, wasn't it? Just like the American people. You have a choice. You can fuck the American people and lie to them, all for personal gain. It's almost like drug money, in a way. People get a feeling based on the drugs that you import, and you make a shitload of money, and you're happy with that, knowing that you're devaluing human life. So you're going to lie to the public and sell a shit guitar and devalue the music industry as a whole. Yeah, but you know what, Greg? It's honorable. I applaud people like you that work. I couldn't work. I couldn't do it. I've been playing music since I was a kid. I've never had to work. Like work. I never had to dig ditches. I owned a couple companies through the way, and I thought I was going to end up like I owned a door and window company. Because I knew how to do woodworking. My dad. So I'll tell you guys how it all starts. My dad worked for Pratt and Whitney. He built jet engines. My dad came out of college building jet engines. He didn't like it, so he went into the military. Out of the military, went way up in ranks, came out, and he became a noble guy from the military. He liked helping people. He liked the idea of what the military was back then. So he became a police officer, and he worked his way up there. Same with my uncle, worked his way up from mayor to this to that, all the way up to the Senate and Means Committee. Hard work is a very honorable thing. So anybody that works and works their ass off, I applaud you because you're an honorable person. And my hat's off to you. Sometimes we hate it, sometimes we don't get what we want out of it. But you know what? You're doing the right thing. You're not out there selling drugs. You're not out shilling fucking shitty guitars. You're working hard for your money. And that's why I hate people that shill shitty products to guys like Greg. He works hard for his money. He hates working and he still does it anyway. That's an honorable thing. Very honorable. Dude, whatever you buy it used at Guitar Center or look at Marketplace. You'll save a shit. These guitars are like $1,000. Played it, met the guy. Beautiful guitar. He offered to, yeah, you can have it for $500. It's an incredible guitar. Same thing. If you're into Strats, that 50s vibe. There's one on Marketplace in Miami for $300. It's got the pine body. He'll ship it anywhere. Well, you see that I don't know why he doesn't block the EU retailers and Amazon, with Bezos. Because they're even Amazon, 70-80% of the Amazon products come from China, right? eBay's starting to be the same way. I almost think it's to pay our bill off. He allows the money to come in and he works our bills off that way because it's a direct way. Instead of taking our money, he lets the people buy the debt off. That's my opinion. I don't know how true that is, but that's how I feel it is. Oh, Guitar Center's having a 4th of July sale. Oh boy. Let me go get some cash. So there you go, Greg. Guitar Center having a 4th of July sale. Now they have Squires, they have a PRS SE is really good. I mean, you can find a used PRS SE 24 fret custom for like $499. $499. Until MS get a hold of you. Yeah. So I applaud everybody that works. It's not easy, man. I tell everybody all the time, I just got lucky. It's like getting hit by lightning or winning the lotto. It's probably even harder than that. I just got lucky. Because let's face it, there's a million guys that can play like me. They might not have like the swag or charisma where they can talk to people, and that's where a lot of people fail in the industry because they don't know how to talk to executives. They don't know how to talk to other musicians. They don't know the lines that can't be crossed. I was a good boy. I didn't tell on the industry. I didn't do this. I did not doing what they want you to do and not saying a lot of things also helps you in the industry. Yeah, yeah. See, for me, if you guys vote me president, retirement is going to be 55. Social Security kicks in at 55. Why should you work till like 68, 65 when, what is it, 76 is the average life? So you're going to retire at, say, 65. You got 11 years, which will be all medical. I'm gonna have a whole new wave of guitars. I'm working on the orange one. There's a guy that's got a blue one. He wants a little bit of money, but then I saw Guitar Center has it for about $500, so I might just buy it direct. Again, I'll take a chance and buy it. I'll have it shipped to Guitar Center, open it, play it there. Again, same like Guitar Center. Sometimes those guitars, and in LSL and some of these other companies in Fender's defense, when they build guitars in Arizona with the humidity and heat, and then they sit in a truck for 2 days because the guy called out sick, and then sitting in the Arizona heat before it's getting shipped out of there, you can see where if you got a tracked package, you can see sometimes it sits at a facility for 2 or 3 days. You're lucky because you learned how to play guitar. Yeah, and I think guitar is music is a great avenue. Even if you don't want to do it for fame, my channel triggers endorphins that help my back pain. That's why I like doing the live streams. I get to interact with you guys. I get to talk to you guys live. Hey, what's up, Lynchy? So I get to interact with everybody. It helps my back. You guys help me as much as I help you on information. You guys help me physically. I don't know if you guys understand how that works, but talking to people and playing music and sharing things with you helps me take my mind off of my pain. I've been very fortunate in the music, but in health, not so fortunate in my later years. You're home from work? Nice. Nice. Yeah, and don't settle. Find something you really want. You're a hardworking guy, man. Make sure you love that guitar. First thing, you like the way it looks. Wow, that's a beautiful top. Then you pick it up and you go, wow, the comfort. Man, that sounds great. Listen to it resonate. That's fucking pretty. Then if you, I don't know if you could hear it this way. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So make sure it plays well, it sounds well acoustically before you even plug it in. Hey, what's up, Jupe? Yeah, yeah. You want to sit down 5 minutes and play guitars and end up playing 5 hours. Yeah, yeah, yeah. God gave you 3 hours. Yeah, yeah. I mean, so for me, when I buy a lot of guitars, I'm not like a snob when it comes to that. I don't care what the guitar is valued at. I got guitars worth hundreds of thousands of dollars to millions of dollars. I don't give two shits about those guitars except for the value of it. I'm not there to play that guitar. I don't care anything about the look of the guitar, the playability. Those guitars are bought for one reason, as an asset, to sell it. Now, a guitar that I'm going to play, same thing. I like the color of this. I love maple necks. That's beauty to my ears right there. So before I. Does it fret out when I bend hard? Nope. Perfect. Great sounding guitar. That's how I look at a guitar. I have to. It has to be sexy. When I walk into a room, I'm gonna want to play it. You know what I mean? You look at it and go, "Yeah, I like this," and then you sit down and you're like, "Oh yeah, feels like it's been a part of me for a long time." Or whatever your style is, you gotta like the way it feels. You really do. Yeah, yeah, that's the other thing. And a lot of people, here's a funny story as I was growing up. I would try and try Van Halen stuff. Oh man, that's not it. I would practice and practice for like 8 to 16 hours a day sometimes when I was a kid. And it didn't come right away for me. I'd be and then days would go by. I would practice something for hours a day for 2 days and stop for a day or two. I'd come back and all of a sudden it was like, and I'd be like, how can I play that now? Yeah, it playing is a weird thing. Thanks because we live. I'll say that again. You seen the saddest thing? Guy at Guitar Center guitar show. Gibson Faulkner V. His favorite guitar that he never played. Oh, he saw the guitar. Yeah, yeah. So like again. And then I always remind myself, I'm never gonna see myself looking like I don't get to see your like if you're on stage or you're playing, no matter how good that guitar that you never see, like unless you're looking in the mirror playing or a camera, you never get to see the guitar on you. Even though it's a funny thing that you walk into a room and you go, "Oh, I like that," but when you're playing, all you're looking down is the fretboard. You're not looking at everything, and you're not thinking about that. You're just thinking of notes. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I don't yeah, the value of a guitar doesn't matter to me. I mean, if I bought him to play, I would buy him to play. But like on my 59, there's some not original parts, even though I have the original parts in the bag. But I still made it to play so that you can, if somebody wanted to buy it, they could play it. Like Joe Bonamassa refrets all those 57s and 59s. I mean, that's insane to me. But he wants to play them. But again, you'll never get that old sound because the strings are coded now. All the parts are coded. Hey, what's up, Sasquatch? So, Sasquatch, you might have to watch this video again. So, for a lot of people tuning in, man, there's a lot of people on here. I broke down a lot of stuff. I stayed up late last night, bro. So, let me go into the pictures. Thoman, which is Harley Benton, is paying everybody to lie. They're doing it through two different ways because they're the ones going after the lawsuit to say what an S shape is. You have direct sponsorships and affiliate program. So as an affiliate, if you have a big enough channel, they're going to pay you a cut of the guitar. And the problem that they have and why they're not getting a Fender license is because if you look at Harley Benton as a whole, it's a 50-50% shot. Because their quality control on the Harley Bentons is so poor the Fender would never authorize that guitar as a licensed guitar, and they would have to make them better, which would mean that the price would end up being probably $700-800. So now you know why it's a low value guitar, because it's a piece of shit. And if it's a piece of shit, why spend $300 or $400 to have it shipped over here when you could get like that Ibanez for $300, have $100 left over, and the guitar is still going to play? Where if you're buying a Harley Benton, and all these social media guys are a part of these programs getting paid to deceive and fraud. I'm going to use this word because it's a strong word. American people are frauding other American hardworking people into a shit quality instrument. There has to be some legal repercussion. And then when you start looking at all the boutique builders, I went through them all, bro. Firefly is another one. Shit product. I went through, let's see. Let me go back to the beginning because you're going to laugh. I went through them all. LSL. Quality control issues. String alignment with the fretboard because the necks are twisted. Now you have to remember, these guitars aren't mass produced. They might make 5 to 10 of these Satakoys, say, per month, and they have huge quality control issues. What's the most famous guitar? I don't know. A lot of people are saying the 59. Either probably a 57 Strat, 56 Strat versus 59 Les Paul maybe. But you can see the high string alignment, fret buzz, misaligned cavity screws. This is all LSL. So I went through all of them, bro. Aggressive relic preferences, varying consistency reports. This is still LSL. See, here's the problem, and I brought this up before. Tom Anderson. All kinds of issues. Resonance in issues, minor component upkeep, metal shavings on the pickups. This is Tom Anderson. Another boutique boat. Exposed pole pieces, engineering decisions. Dude, it's all here. I did all of them. I looked them all up. Let's see. Nash guitars. I did Nash. All kinds of quality control issues. Setup needs, hardware, electronics, neck relief, truss rods. And then I did Sir guitars because Justin Myers always pitches them and Andy Wood. Sir guitars, rough fretwork, custom order material delays, miscommunications, fretwork and setup, cosmetic. It's all right. It's all right here, bro. I looked it all up. Yeah. I did go on the Thomann, and so the reason why the Thomann won't pay for the licensing is because Fender wouldn't authorize that as a Fender product because it's made so poorly. They would have to do a better job at making these guitars, and that would actually bring the cost up. Instead of $300, now you're paying $600 because it would be double. Because if it's a 50-50 issue, take the other 50% of the build, which is $300, and add it on there. Now you're at $600 plus the licensing fee. That guitar would cost $700 to make. So the licensing fee wouldn't work for them because they would actually have to make a better product. All these guys that are shilling these guitars are a part of the affiliate program, so they get a percentage of the cut for every one they sell. Oof. Yeah, I commented on his. Yeah, but he was right. He's talking about what we were both saying about the it's a lawsuit, but it's not really a lawsuit. They just want it to be defined in what it is. But the precedent wasn't set by the win in Germany because he was saying that it has no bearing on U.S. law. What has bearing on U.S. law is Gibson won against Dean, I think 3 or 4 body shapes through trademarking last year. This is what opens the door. I don't think they come off the same line as the Squire. No, I don't think they do. And if they do, the quality control of it is way poorer than the Squire. Because that's a Squire up there. And I'm telling you now, that competes with any Strat that I've ever played. Now, did I get lucky? Maybe, but I don't think so. Now, I've picked up other Squires that I did not like, but I just didn't like the guitar. I liked the way it looked, but I didn't like the way it sounded. I didn't like the pickups in there or whatever the problem was. Yeah, they're basically all Firefly's making crap, Harley Benton's making crap. There's all kinds of issues and they're saying it's a 50% gamble you get a good one. But the Schillers are a part of an affiliate program and they get like commissions based on every guitar they sell. And I heard, because I was wondering why the guitarologist said something one day. He said, I put this guitar on my channel last night and they're completely sold out by the morning. Like he did that. So he must have been a part of the affiliate program, and that's why he shills these guitars because he gets paid per piece. Interesting, right? Instead of paying for a licensing per piece, they're paying shillers per piece. And they're lying to the community that these are great guitars for the value. No, they're not. But they're getting paid to say that. They're paid salespeople. That's all it is. So Thoman's lying, which means here's the problem for Thoman. With all this online about the quality control issues, and you're trying to use something that says ST Strat, but you dash 22 or whatever it is, in domain, it says that you're to innovate and make a better product. That it's now documented that Harley Benton is not a better innovated piece of gear. This is where they're going to have the problem because domain law, the reason why it goes into domain is to be more innovative with an old kind of patent, to take an old patent and make it better. How can Harley Benton prove that? They can't. All right, fur dog. Oh, they went over. Yeah, they went after Thomas first, Thomas Bug from Blue Guitar, because he made an exact replica, and now they're going after Harley Benton because Harley Benton is not a good enough product to compete with the Squires. Yeah, but so here's the thing: they might be able to get those guitars not shipped into the United States. Like, let's say that they say that that case over there is okay. Maybe they sell those guitars in Germany. That's fine. But if they have to pay for a licensing to make that a better product, then comes that the quality for the money. You're gonna have to up the quality control, and that's what they try not to get out of. They're just trying to sell a bunch of junk guitars and pay a bunch of American people to lie to American people and fraud them out of a product. People should be pissed off and irate about this. You're cutting all these Chinese trees down and getting all this wood to make shitty guitars when they can use those to make better quality guitars that will last, but you're going to have to up the price. Like I've had, let me see, what's the oldest guitar? Probably my Fender. No, actually, my white Gibson. I've owned that for probably 20 years. It's not a throwaway. So it's worth its weight in gold. Why? Because 20 years ago when I had that done, it didn't cost me a whole lot of money as it would today. So there's a value in there. But I'm not going to throw that away because I can always resell that and get my money back out of it. So the wood in destroying forests aren't for nothing. Yeah, and China's buying our pine like crazy. And they're making a lot of these guitars out of our pine. And the problem with that is they're wasting it when that can go to Fender. Yeah, Harley Benton. So, again, do you want a $300 used guitar that sounds great? That I can get my $300 back on so I'm not losing money? Or do I want a Harley Benton that's going to be a hard resale because I don't like playing it because it's a piece of shit? You know what I'm saying? And then you got all these people coming all the people here that are actually a part of the Thoman thing because they're doing business and supplying it in the USA. There might be a way for Fender actually to cut off those products from being sold here, kind of like AliExpress. You would have to do something with them. I don't know how they would get that to stop, but They do need to stop, only because they're frauding the American people on the product they're making. It's like Pokemon. They tell you that you can get a God pack where a card's worth 5,000, and all these social media guys are getting all these God packs. That's impossible. It's like 1 out of 1 million gets a God pack. But all these social media guys, it acts like there's tons of these packs wherever you go. Hence why Target, you can't get Pokemon cards. Every time the trucks are there, these guys are buying all the packs up, and the kids suffer because of these adult scalpers, and they're not getting these cards, and they're wasting all their money. It's a great strategy scam, Ponzi scam, to sell out your product so that's what Thomann is doing. They're scamming and deceiving the public that these are great, well-built guitars for the quality and the money, and they're not, because people aren't smart enough to do the research and go, it's a 50-50 gamble according to 8 websites. Man, maybe I shouldn't invest in that, when you could go to your local mom and pop shop, buy a used guitar for $250 that was probably 500-600 bucks, and learn on something like that. Yeah, rug pull. Yeah. Oh, really? You bought that Nelly used? Yeah, and I've sold a lot of used guitars that I should have never sold, because here's the hindsight. When Gibson was making the 59s, they didn't make a lot of them, and then somebody pushed that narrative to make them worth $300,000 or $400,000, when that guitar was $350 to $500 to be made, and no one wanted them back there. Who knew? Who knew? It had the Gibson name on there. Who knows what you buy today from USA to Mexico? Who knows what that's going to be worth in 20, 30 years? No one knew the Kramers were going to be worth that much money. Artists started doing Klein. Dennis Klein started painting on Kramers. Those guitars are thousands upon thousands of dollars. I have 3 of them. Nobody knows what's going to happen forecasting wise. I remember when I was a kid in the 70s and they told us we were going to have an ice age again. It never happened. I remember a lot of lies that were told. Here's what's funny in Florida, okay? We haven't had a hurricane hit here in a long time. But after Floyd, we had a lot of local news networks that were in cahoots with Home Depot. And every time the hurricanes would even come near close, people panicked and would sell out all these Home Depots. It was a great marketing tool for Home Depot. It really was, because Florida supported the wood department by the amount of stuff that they would buy to board up the windows, and to purchase impact glass and impact this and impact that. And then the insurance companies said that if you didn't have the wind insurance, because the wind would push the water up on shore, it wasn't the water just coming up, it was the amount of wind. So you had to have wind insurance to cover the flood insurance. So it was all like a scam. It's like you hear that everything is, the water levels are rising, right? Because the ice is melting because of the global warming. Why is it 17 billionaires moved to Miami and bought waterfront property? Why would insurance companies insure something like that? Because they know it's a lie. Everything is for money. The root of all evil. Why do girls strip? Easy money. Why are girls doing OnlyFans? Easy money. Why are people sell drugs? Easy money. Is it the right thing to do? I don't think so. Now, I enjoy a strip bar just like every other guy. But, you know what I mean? Everything is turned into money. And Thomann is the modern day pirate. Thomann is using their company because they're worth billions of dollars to push a narrative by paying shillers to lie. It would be different if it really was a great product. If they could prove that it was an unflawed product, and they sold millions of these guitars with very little quality control issues for the value of the money for the product. But the problem lies in that right there. They cannot. So, according to Domain, making an innovative attempt on an old patent by taking what they used in an old patent to reassure that it would be made better. Harley Benton has failed to prove that. Yeah, remember what was the 2000 thing that all the computers were going to shut down? Remember that? What did they call that? I forgot. They had a name for that. In 2000, all the computers were going to shut off. There was a name for that. Yeah, yeah. They told us. Yeah, in Florida, they told us Florida would be underwater, right? That's too funny, bro. I remember that too. That's crazy. Yeah, Y2K. That's it. Y2K. Remember that shit? That never happened, did it? Never happened. All these mass scare tactics. Whoa, this is gonna happen. That's gonna happen. You know, they don't even have they don't even have anything that tells us what's in the center of the earth. They don't have the technology to go, we know more about space than we do in our own oceans because we don't have the technology to go into the earth to see through the earth. They're just guessing mantle in this. No one's actually seen a planet cut in half. We don't have ultrasound that goes that deep. So they don't even know what the earth is really made of. It's a guess. Yeah, great product sells itself. And there are some companies that won't let social media get a hold of their product or for free. There's a lot of guitar companies that won't, like Tom Anderson doesn't give out guitars. Now, I have a lot of respect for them because they don't do that. But, I don't know if they're doing that now, but, you don't need to shill. And these guys that are like the Andy Woods on the Boutique Builders, don't trash Fender. Your guitar quality is not better than Fender. Your specs might be better, or it might be better at playability or a better winding on a pickup, but you still have a lot of quality control issues in Tom Anderson. You cannot trash them and shill your own guitar. That's wrong. That's so blatantly wrong. Like this Justin Meyer who has no game in it, and I don't even know if he does. Maybe he's hooked up with the company. Maybe his dad owns something that we don't know. But he's always saying that Defender quality control is garbage and Tom Anderson that he just got is way better. Well, according to 8 websites, Tom Anderson is no better than Fender. They have a lot of quality control issues. That's what I mean. These guys are so stupid in what they say, they don't think to think. Hey, that's probably on the internet. Let me look it up so that I'm not caught in a lie. Oh, really? He was joined by Colin Scott from CS Guitars, De Castro from Perfecto. Oh, that's how that started? The 42 Gear Island thing? No thanks. He was blind drunk. Yeah, yeah. I absolutely. And it's unfortunate that we live in a society today. I said it the other day, the money is the root of all evil. This all has to stem from money. YouTubers that don't want to work, that shield product for a 10% cut, they could do it from their house. They made a movie about it. I don't remember that. Really? That was another guy that bullshitted his way. Chapman guitars. And then Reba left him and this and that. And he got caught in a scandal, so he moved to Italy or whatever. And Rob Chapman isn't even that good of a guitar player. I'll just say it. He's okay, but I mean, I like the guy they got on there now with the short hair. I forget his name. He plays a lot of blues and stuff. I like the guy. He plays well. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, yeah, exactly. That's what yeah, they're mass produced at 30% of the world of the market. 30% of the market is Fender. So they're producing thousands upon thousands of guitar per year, where LSL is producing, say, 30 to 50 a month. How is it their quality control isn't better than a Fender who mass produces? See, here's lies the problem, and there's nothing that talk. No one's talking about the quality control of all these other companies. It's just all these shills are bashing Fender and then trying to shill that. It's like almost like a trying to capitalize on something that happened and remarket for sales. You know what I mean? Oh, it's supposed to end the world. Yeah. What's up, mechanic? Oh, Jupe, I missed it. Jupe. Danish Pete. Yeah, I like Danish Pete. He's funny as shit. I like his channel too. I like that he's honest. He's pretty honest with certain things. You know what I mean? But again, I'm sure they lied about Harley Benton and Firefly and all those guitars as well on Andertons, because Andertons got caught in a lie too, didn't they? With the Victory amps, that was their brand. So again, a company gets caught, they apologize, and they move forward. But you got to think, if they were lying about one thing, how many other things have they lied about in the past? Danish Pete's gay. He could be. I like the way he plays though. His playing. Yeah, and like a Fender custom shop, 4 grand, right? But a Saticoy is the same amount of money. But is it that much better than a Fender custom shop? I don't think so. Yeah, so like Chapman's not gay, but he's honest. Yeah, that might even been why he moved away when that Victory stuff happened, because he wasn't a part of that, but he knew about it, so he was kind of a part of the cover up of it. Yeah, that you're 100% right with that. The boutique guitars, yeah, and you could get. I mean, you could get a custom shop that's 10 grand, sure, but I'm sure LSL will charge you 10 grand as well, maybe 15 for the same guitar. But the quality of their build isn't going to be much better, especially based on the numbers. Yeah, not it won't be any better than an Ultra Strat. The Ultra Strats are made incredible. I mean, I got a Fender Telly. That's Mexican. I got 2 Fender USAs in here. I got a that's a Korean or Indonesian Squire. That thing's unbelievable for 250 bucks. And then I got a Charvel, Jackson Charvel. Those are all Fender. Another Fender Jackson. See, it's like even this, man. I got. Let me show you. Guitar Center made a mistake with this. Marco Sofogli. I don't know how you say his name. This is a Japanese Marco Sofogli. Because a lot of people thought it was like Adrian Smith. It's not. It kind of looks like that. But these are all EMGs. The pickups for this are like 300-400 bucks just for the pickups. This guitar is worth thousands of dollars. I got this from Guitar Center because they thought it was a regular Jackson, but there was no way to look in it. When I took the neck off, because I had this in parts, it said Japan underneath it. This guitar is probably worth like anywhere from $1,200 to $2,500, and I paid $400 for this, and it's got all these EMGs in there. Like, how are you going to beat that price for $400? Yeah, you missed a troll. Now, the only thing that I would complain about is the string is a little close to the edge there. Here. So, maybe the neck. Now, the neck is right in line. So, maybe maybe a hair shaved on one side it needs. $400 for this guitar. Are you fucking kidding me? Like, why wouldn't I buy this something? Take a chance of finding out something that I thought was something, pick it up and actually look at it and go, no, something's wrong with this. There's something not right. This isn't an Adrian Smith. And then I start looking it up and I'm like, holy shit, they don't know what they got. Kind of like some of the other guitars I've gotten in there. You know, you take a chance that something isn't what you think it is. American Elite with Gen 4 noiseless and the S1 switching. It's a beautiful playing sounding guitar. It's no better than your early 2000. Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. Oh, the Ultra Telly's way better than the Sir. I believe it. I've played that. I played the Andy Wood Sir. I thought it. I'm not gonna say it sucked, but it's not better than. No, it's not better than anything that I've played. Yeah. So like I bought this for $400. Now I had to set it up and I had to sand the back of the neck because the skunk stripe was a little popped out here. So I sanded it down and now it plays unbelievable. It said I don't do you guys remember the name? It was Hugh James. Hugh/James. Could have been the tuning peg guy. The pegging guy. He wanted to come on my channel and say that I was inciting him and bullying him when he came on my channel. Are you out of your fucking mind? Yeah, Tone and the Tuners. So, like, here's a great example of Tone and the Tuners. If I have a nut here, and the tuners have nothing to do with it, where's the tone coming from? Is it still coming from the tuners? Or is it Tone in the Floyd now? But then again, I got electronic pickups. Hugh Jazzcock. Thanks, Phil. I mean, for $400, what do I want to buy? Do I want this Jackson or do I want a fucking Harley Benton? You see what I'm saying? For the same exact money. Shit. That's the other thing they don't tell you. Go on a website and act like you're going to buy a Harley Benton that's $299. It ends up being $400 after shipping. I'll take this over a Harley Benton, I think. I think I take that over a Harley Benton. And I'm not getting, I'm not paying a shill. He's not getting a cut of that. I'd rather pay an American Guitar Center employee. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm helping out my fellow country, right? I'm not helping out someone shilling for China or a German company that's in bed with China. Making a shitty product, buying our trees up, and ruining our forest to build shitty guitars. Sorry, not doing it. So there you go. Again, even this, dude, if I just plug this straight in right now, I paid $250 for this Squire, right? I'm not changing the settings, not changing anything. We're just going to plug it straight into the same patch. Watch. What? What? $250, Squire Vibe. Now you gotta remember, this is the Pine Body. There's one for sale on Marketplace Miami right now for $300. All you gotta do is pay for shipping. That's it. This is an incredible fucking guitar for $250. Unbelievable. It's one of the best buys I've ever made. No noise. For single coils, look. Now the only thing I will say, you probably have to take some of the springs out. Because it's really stiff. Yeah, a lot of the tone comes from the player. Absolutely. It's always the Indian. Like, how is an air... Like, no matter how expensive your bow and arrow set is, or your compound bow, or your... whatever... No matter... You could have a $5 million compound bow setup, right? If you don't have the Indian that's a great marksman, you're not going to hit the fucking target. Yeah, I just watched a Journey tribute band, and the guy was using a Jackson, but it was one of the, the JS Jacksons with the crappy Floyd. What are those, like 250, 350? He was doing a Journey gig with it and sounded great. I was like, man. Yeah, no worries, dude. Now, that's $250, right? Don't slip. This is $3,000. Tell me if you hear that big of a difference. I like them loose. stuff like that. Now the Jackson's set up great for that. But so, I mean, that's a lot thicker sounding, but those are humbuckers. So could I take that, could I take the Strat and put a nice humbucker in there? So like this is... These are 10s. I like the pedal. Yeah, I do. They're like a V. This has 4 springs, but it's got the black coat springs on there. I believe with Gibson, it's what you can't see. The necks are plecked, pickups are good, and they're easy to get sound out of. Yeah, I agree. Now, have I ever had like a poor Gibson? No, not really. Even the Epiphones are fucking great. Yeah, the EVA Charvel, it's all their necks, you know, and Jackson's owned by Fender. Now this is Joe's guitar. This is with 9s. He has 9s on there, I asked him. And this flutter's good too, but he upgraded. This is Goda. Unbelievable necks. Now the 9s are a little floppy to me, but that has a brighter tone. I've been thinking about switching to 9s. I really have. This is a phenomenal guitar. Thank you again to Joe Wentz. We did a trade. Fretting is critical. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. There's too much of the bullshit on here. That's why I came back to YouTube. So everybody, I wanted to help and give away like a lot of the secrets that a lot of the players won't teach you. Like, you know, like I said, if you're playing a 145 in G, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that's your major. 145 off of the E, which is the relative minor. E, A, B. Those are your, so if you're playing your pentatonics, E, A, B. But you see it's the same scale, so off the 145 we should play the same scale. but that's not how we're taught. But when you throw those two scales in there, the C major and D major, what happens? That seventh degree, your half minor, half diminished of your D major becomes your blues note, or your flat 5 on the F sharp. You see how you land back up in the E? A lot of people don't tell you about this because it's a trick. Same thing with the guitars. I don't want people to be ripped off. I've been ripped off a lot of times in my life, and it's not fun. It's not even about the money. It's just the idea of being ripped off by a scumbag. You know what I mean? You guys deserve better than to be ripped off by some shill promoting that Harley Benton is a great product for little money. That's a complete fabricated lie. It's a fucking 50-50 crapshoot. You guys deserve better than that from the fucking YouTube community. You deserve better than that from the guitar community. Andy Wood should have a better respect for Fender and not throw Fender under the bus to push Sir or a Justin Meyer. That shows what kind of people they really are. Don't forget that. It's to take advantage of a situation to market something for their benefit because he has the Andy Woods model. You guys deserve better than that. Again, it's up to you guys to spread the info out that Thoman's bullshit, that they're paying these guys, and these guys are on an affiliate program, or they're this. They're basically salesmen in the United States pitching Chinese bullshit that are throwaway guitars. And if you buy a $400 guitar, what is the worth of that Harley Benton to you in a year from now? Who's going to buy that on Marketplace? I could sell my Ibanez for $400 right now on Marketplace and make $100. Igor, yeah. Yeah, sure is not that great. Sure, microphone's pretty good. But the Sirs, no. They're okay. But are they better than the fucking 50s Vibes? No. I'll take that guitar. I'll take a Vibes over a $3,000 or $4,000 guitar. I know when I feel a great made guitar. I will take that over any fucking Tom Anderson or any for $250. For $5,000, I can get 20 of those. Or one Tom Anderson or one Sir. You want 20 guitars to play that well in all the different colors and telly styles? Or do you want one guitar that plays not as good? Yeah, Leo James is another one. I don't know. We can look them up. That's Scar, my guitar guy. Let's look him, Leo James. This is what I'm saying, and that's a great point, Wes, because this is what you got to do. This is how you look. You see if it's any good. Let's go up here. Leo James guitars. Quality. So we're going to do the same thing. Quality control issues. I type quality control issues. And then I type in Leo. Whoops. I put Keo. That won't work. Leo. Let's see. And then how you spell it? Jamz. Jamz. This is all you got to do. Budget guitars, DIY kits feature a high inconsistent hit or miss. High inconsistent hit or miss quality control reputation. Lifting and uneven frets, rough unfinished necks, warped bodies, alignment issues. Jesus. So again, right there. Jace Guitars is one of the guys. Leo James. Right there. Buy a diesel head, yeah. Yeah, why buy a Chinese Marshall? Go spend $4,000. You probably could get a used diesel VH4 for maybe $3,000. If you're like a serious player and you want a really great head, I recommend diesel Hughes and Kentner core blade. Those are great heads. Splon makes great heads. How many guitar woods? Oh, who knows? Yeah. Yeah, Kiesel is the best quality guitar by a reputable company that's been around as Carvin for a long time. I remember Palmer. Yeah, they were actually pretty decent. We had, man, when was those? Those were like the 90s, right? The Palmer guitars, for sure. See, like even these, $500 used. $500 used. Get them $500-$600 all day long. So why we for $100 more than like a Harley Benton at $400 by the time they ship it to you, you could have a Charvel. Even though it's made in Mexico, it's better than made in China. Now the Gus G I have is made in China, but the quality on that is really good because it's licensed through Fender. And I guarantee that they have a certain set of builders building the higher end guitars in China, like that Eastman that build like the Gus G's and probably build some of the Chinese made guitars that have a lot of quality in them. You can get a lot of quality guitar in China, but again, that Gus G is going to cost you $1,300 because the amount of quality that goes in there to make sure that it leaves the factory the way it is going to be a lot more. A lot more. So that's why guys like Thoman don't want to pay the licensing fee. That's why LSL has a lot of problems. They don't want to pay a licensing fee because they don't want to get banged for the quality control issues that are greater than at the quantity that Fender has. At the quantity Fender has, they have less quality control issues than a small boutique builder who charges twice as much for a guitar. Palmer. What did I type to get those? So the first thing I type in there is for all of these things that I got. Like here. Here, will that pop up? So I'm using AI mode because it gives me all the websites. You know, Facebook, YouTube, Scar My Guitar. Even he was saying, you know, they feels next it feels straight off the CNC machine, requiring substantial sanding and rasping to achieve playability. So they're going by Reddit. They're going by. So if you look at underneath, you see like blue dots, red dots. So they're taking a collective thing of information from everybody off the web in different places and formats. Poor tuning stability, fatal intonation flaws. So like that's off Reddit. The other one's off Facebook. Others off YouTube, Facebook. So they're taking all these different things, you know, off of different sites, and they're compressing it into like a one all. So I'm typing in quality control issues, Leo James. So the first thing I put, so you can see up in the top, is quality control issue, and then I type the guitar in. So I type that in the same exact way for Sir, the same exact way for Anderton, Tom Anderson, the same way for Harley Benton, and it'll tell you again, you know, like if you go back and you start looking, you know, so like you'll see. Let me do. Where's the Harley Benton? Because Harley Benton is shield. It's on most of it's YouTube, even the Harley Benton page. Electron. So here's a green one where it says electronics and grounding. It comes from their own page. See it right there, Harley Benton. Harley Benton even says they have their own issues. Comes from their own page. The Harley Benton electronics and grounding, budget modules, frequent, blah 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 blah. So I mean, it's one of those things. Firefly, uh, Squire talk forum. So that was off a forum. They're getting from these all this from different places. So you guys know, it's unbelievable. Like the Thoman. Let's see, YouTube, Modash, Thoman. So even some of this comes from the Thoman links. So if you look down there where it says, you'll see the link in the blue, underneath the blue highlighted. It comes from Thoman as well. Thoman's telling you that they're fucking paying people to lie. Creators can receive free gear or a flat out fee for their time and promotion. So you can get compensated to promote these guitars a flat fee. So if you don't want a percentage, you can ask for a flat fee to push this guitar, like Guitar Max, like Bald Shredder, like Jace Guitars. They're all lying because they're getting paid to lie. Let's see. You don't need hundreds of thousands of subscribers to earn money with Thoman. They run a popular affiliate program open to most social media creators or website runner. How it works: as an affiliate partner, you give your unique tracking links to include in your YouTube video description, shorts, or social media content. When a viewer clicks your custom link and purchases anything on the Stoneman web store, you receive the sale, ranging from commissions 5 to 10%. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. So, to sell the guitars, you can't tell the truth. You can't say it's a shit product, buy it. No one will buy it. I can because I'm not even monetized. I don't give two shits about money. So there you go. If you're in it for the money and you're in YouTube for the money, like I said, just be honest about it. That's all. Does Sir make an okay guitar? Sure they do. But don't have your representatives bashing the company when you have quality control issues, or somebody talking about, even Justin Meyer who doesn't do his homework, where you can look that up. You know what I mean? It's stupid that you would do that. Because like Justin Meyer doesn't understand. You can look up quality control issues and what's been said in the general public as a whole. Like, what are you telling me? Your ears are better than them? Now your brain's better than Google and everybody that's out there? Shut the F up. I mean, it becomes to a point where these guys are believing their own lies. You say it enough times, it becomes natural to lie. And what a poor example as an American society to teach our kids to lie to get money for sales. Yeah, it's all in the tuning pegs. This is the problem I have. I have an 11-year-old. I don't want him to grow up and get in trouble because he thinks it's okay to lie. Really? It's okay to lie, Dad. Everybody lies. What kind of shit is that? Not very. Even if you're not religious, it's just not right on a moral level to deceive people into a shitty product by frauding them and playing a perfectly great Harley Benton. It's gone over. What do? They get like 20 of these shipped in, right? And they all get our return authorization numbers, and the same guitar goes to the same player. And they get 20 of these and they send them to a custom luthier in Germany. And he fucking goes through them with a fine tooth peg. You know what I mean? And then they send them out as pristine guitars coming from the factory when they've been worked on, and Thoman paid a professional luthier to go through these guitars and make them play and sound good. We don't even know if half these guitars are with the original pickups. I mean, it's really easy to take Seymour Duncan off of a pickup. You know what I mean? Who knows? 1963 pegs sound the best. What a that kid's just he doesn't know better to just stop lying about stuff. Like, so the Gorilla Repair guy, he did a custom shop and he said he had to redress all the frets and blah blah blah. I go, bro, you're so full of shit. They have zero quality control issues on frets and necks. Custom shop. I go, second, you're blaming Fender when that could have been sitting in some guy's fucking car for 3 days and he left it in there after a gig because he was fucking drunk. And now he wants to complain that the neck buzzes a little. You know what I Come on, man. How do you know what this guy was doing with the guitar? I had a singer leave an Epiphone in his Jeep for 2 days in Florida and the neck warped. He goes, can this be fixed? I said, no, throw it away. He goes, man, I don't want to throw it away. I go, well, you fucked up. You left it in your car in 100-degree heat for 2 days. I mean, what do you think's going to happen to the wood? I mean, if I take this perfectly good Ibanez and I put it outside right now for 2 days, I come and get that, it ain't going to play well. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's why you got a great channel as well, Sasquatch. I mean, I might be able to, like, I tell a lot of the truth and I can dig up a lot of stuff, because I know a lot of people. But your videos are fucking top notch, bro. They're top notch. And if you haven't subscribed to Sasquatch, he does a great job on everything. He really does. Come on, man. If you ain't voting black, you ain't voting for me. Is that what he said? Come on, man. You're racist. So I'm not I'm racist against blacks if I don't vote for a white guy, or if I'm black and I don't vote for a white guy. I'm like, what the fuck did that mean? Who wrote that into the script? And that's the other thing. A lot of guys on these shillers are reading from scripts. Bad Brad's reading as you know. Now he had a great point this morning too on how good Bud Cole was doing with the Asia market and what he did over there and how it was incredible. And then he inherited the fuck ups from the previous CEO. He just stepped into that position and he's trying to fix things. Because a lot of the CEOs from Fender, it's their fault they weren't going after certain people. Now they got somebody that cares about the company, right? But at the same time, look at the integrity that Bud Cole has. He's not throwing Sir under the bus to say that the Fender's custom shops are better. He's not throwing fucking LSL into the bus. He just sends them a letter. You shouldn't buy, sir. They're copycats of us. He's not out there talking shit like that. So I have a lot of respect for how he's doing it. And I think he has every right to do it. I mean, because if you're selling Harley Benton's with the ST name on it, and it's not a better product, and you're just buying wood for shit guitars, please stop. Sasquatch gonna follow you? Yeah, he's on the channel. He's on here now. It says GD Sasquatch right above you. A couple, probably like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I saw his videos and I reached out to him because I really liked the way what he was doing in his videos. He was really good at it, man. He's better. He's probably a better spokesperson than me and does better quality videos. I'm not into editing. I want to show because my thing is I want to show you stuff live. Like that's why even when I would do videos, I didn't edit my videos because I want people to understand. I've played with a lot of famous bands, a lot of them. I'm a decent guitar player, but I want you to understand that I still make mistakes. I'm just a human being. I'm no guitar god. I'm not doing all these fancy edits and putting in the best of my work that's like editing a guitar solo. You're doing punch-ins and then you're putting this part in here and then you relearn it. I don't want people to perceive that's what we do and we just do a one-take solo. You guys are smart enough to know that, but there's a lot of people that don't, and I don't want to do a lot of edits because I don't want to change the format of my videos because it's different. They're all my videos are live, I record them with no takes. That's the way it is. But Sasquatch has a really good channel, man. He does. And I'm gonna get Beltone. Steve from Beltone has agreed to come on here. He's gonna talk about the Giacomo Torre guitar and how he got ripped off by him. That's great, man. The owner of All in One Guitars. He opens each guitar, sets them up. Guitar Center is supposed to do that as well. I don't know if you knew that, but they're supposed. Sam Ash was the same way. Sammy used to tell the reps, when you're not busy, you open guitars up and you set them up. You put new strings on if they need be. You set up the action. You check the pickups. Sammy was different. Now, Sam Ash got a lot of flack because after Sammy, the one son took it over. The other brother didn't want nothing to do with it. He just wanted to jam. The kids were just wanted to jam. It became a train wreck in Sam Ash. And I understood he couldn't do it no more on his own. He was securing loans. He was doing that. So he had enough. And he was a lawyer. And he couldn't do it no more. He was getting up there in age. But that was part of the motto that you had to go through the guitars. You had to set them up. You had to do this. You had to do that. They really cared about the products that they sold to people, and it became too hard for the family. That's why they closed shop. It wasn't because they were in debt or this or that. They just couldn't do it no more. Those guys been rich for a long time. But that's the same thing with the new CEO from Guitar Center, Gabe. He needs to get on the people, before you start trying to brand guitars and make stuff like this and make stuff like that. You got to clean the Guitar Centers up. You need and stop with the swipe machines. You need the touch screen so you can touch your card to that. You need to also um, do things better as a company as a whole. Standard shill response that drives me nuts. The people who work at Fender are great people. A lot of them are my friends. I'm worried about them. Oh, yeah, fucking Tim Pierce. What a fucking lying piece of shit. I'll say it because I don't give a fuck. So why didn't you reach out to those people? You know what I mean? You have friends of Fender. Why you got a LSL you're in bed with, and Chris Fleming from Fender went to work for LSL, and you probably had something to do with that. And you get free guitars from LSL, and you're going to say much better than a Fender because you're shilling for the company. If you had friends of Fender, why didn't you reach out to some of your friends to get other friends so that you could talk to Bud Cole? You know what I mean? And get the real letter. He gave Philip McKnight a one-page letter. Now it's all out there. Sasquatch has it. I have it. We got the 18, 20-page letter. It's all out there now. Thanks, brother. That's what baffles me. If you have friends of a Fender, like I got friends at Guitar Center. I got friends. If I want to call a CEO or somebody high up in there's two girls that run the company at Guitar Center, and Gabe's just the mouthpiece. There's two women that actually run the company. I'm not going to mention their names, but I call one of them and I can talk to her. You know, and I voiced my opinion with them, the companies, and I gave Gabe another mouthful of stuff because he just went on his own podcast on Guitar Center's page. I'm like, bro, first of all, you need to lose the leather jacket. You don't look anything rock and roll. It's not going to help your image. What are you going to wear? Fucking sunglasses in the studio next? Knock it the fuck off. Act like a CEO. Dress like a CEO. People want to see a real CEO, not some fake mouthpiece. You know what I mean? And then fix all your credit card machines so that you can tap them instead of the swipe. It's like I can't stand Walmart. They don't even tap all that fucking money you make, and you're talking about firing people for kiosks, but yet I can't tap my card. I stick it in and the chip don't work. You can't rely on the chip. Sometimes the magnetic strip's needed. But it's a pain in the ass. You got to do it 3 times and then swipe it. You know what I mean? Why can't you fix your system? It's like even credit card machines. You put it, you insert it. Why hasn't someone invented a card that's a little thicker with like a lens cleaner so that they can jam it up these machines and clean all the people that touching all the oil on the cards that's getting on the lenses on the inside of the machine? Who the fuck invented that? Now that's my idea. Someone inventing, give me 10%. I don't give a fuck about the money. They need a credit card machine cleaner on the swipes, because all those people touching the credit cards all around and touching stuff in their pocket and then touching food and then they swipe it and that gunk gets on the inside. Yeah, tap. I like tapping. I mean, upgrade your machines. It's fucking 2026 already. I mean, gas stations got it. You know what I mean? Target has it. How are you bigger than Walmart's bigger than Target? Yet Target is better to shop at because of it's easier. You know what I mean? So like if you're trying to market your company as Guitar Center, clean your shit up, put new carpets in, redesign that old Marshall shit on the wall. And I've even suggested, why don't you hire a bunch of So here was the thing that we were going to do. Guitar Center approached me to do these band camps because it went in line with Legends Shop here, and it was suggested that they have guys like me, Dave, and do band camps at guitar centers where people could actually learn from Legends, and they would pay us to go to the different guitar centers and put on 3-day clinics, like a 3-day band camp. And they could do like chalkboard walls or a wall where everybody would sign it. You could swipe a dollar bill to. Oh, really? I didn't know that. I'm gonna have to try that. But don't you get cocaine residue in there? No. You saw your new neighbor walking her dogs the other day. Yesterday, I was chatting with her, and she mentioned that I had seen her. She said they weren't my dogs; they're my sisters. Yeah. Yeah. You don't claim someone's your friend and this. And here's the funny part: Fender is such a huge company; it's 30% of the market, right? What happens if you take 30% out of Guitar Center, 30% over out of Thoman, 30% of the mom and pop shops, 30% out of the used market, 30% out of Reverb? It would cause an economic collapse. They don't understand the truck drivers, the Guitar Center employees, the Fender employees, the Mexican employees for Fender, the Chinese employees for Fender. Are they insane? The shipping companies, the airplanes, the trucking. Oh, you wrap the dollar bill around the credit card? Money makes money, don't it? Oh, you seen Avatar open for Hell Yeah? At Streets Traverse City? I love Hell Yeah. Yeah, and they don't use them though. You ever seen anyone cleaning those machines in a Walmart? Never. Think about it. You could market kits probably for like a 1 year supply kit for like $25 and probably cost you $10. By the time people caught on to it and started copying you, you probably could sell all around the world and ship like 100 million of these out before anybody catches on that it's just like a lens cleaner. Gas stations, restaurants, Home Depots, you know, dude, you know how many things of that you could sell because the manager thinks it's a great idea because he never heard of it. Going, dude, you can make millions of dollars overnight. Millions. Scott, design that dollar bill. We'll do it. We'll make it like a and that would make sense because the paper of $1 would catch the oil. Yeah, yeah. The GC has these like phone things too, and you can tap on there. But if they're not doing the transaction on that phone thing, because they can tap, but they can't tap at the registers. I don't know why. Like, why wouldn't you change all that out? Because it costs too much money. Like in Florida, they've been telling us that they're gonna bury our cables for the last fucking 20 years, but it costs a lot of money. It's unbelievable, man. Really is. I don't know how much more thing I got juice on my phone either. I was only gonna come on here for an hour. Hail the apocalypse. So there you go. You guys got all the information now. You got how Thoman is lying. You got affiliate shills. You got paid compensated shills. You got the quality control issues with Firefly, the quality control issues with Harley Benton. You got quality control issues with LSL, Nash, Tom Anderson, Sir, and who else did we do? Leo James. You got you got all the information. It's up to you guys to put it out there, man. We're the community that wants to make things right. We're the ones that want to set the record straight. We want to get rid of the bullshit shills. I don't think we'll ever get rid of them because once this scam is up, they're gonna find another scam. They'll move on to pro audio equipment or something or basses or Jesus. It's unbelievable. I what pisses me off the most about this, there's twofold. My back is alright. It's starting to get sore. You got to watch it from the beginning. I spilled the beans on Thoman and how they're paying all these shields through compensation, whether it's affiliate compensation, all these shields that are pushing these guitars and these guitars that are getting, yeah, they're getting pretty much um, paid to lie. It's a big scam. The Harley Bentons are a 50-50% crapshoot. They got tons of quality control issues. Firefly control issues like never seen before. Leo James quality control issues. All these cheap guitars are made poorly and they're not worth your money. And it's a fact. It's all listed. It's documented. Even the boutique builders, LSL, Tom Anderson, Nash, Sir, tons of quality control issues per month based on the quality and quantity that they do is worse than Fender. So there you go. You gonna finish your demo track? Oh yeah, send it to me, bro. So you guys, I'll see you guys Sunday, probably 8 p.m. We'll see how many people cover this story. I wonder if Henning Pauly's gonna shill some more like garbage guitars over there. It's your new target channel for trolling. Yeah. And it's funny because you guys aren't trolls. I call you the Truth Avengers. You're the Guitar Avengers. The Guitar Avengers. That's going to be the new group. We should make hats and shirts. Guitar Avengers make guitars great again. What do you guys think of that? I should call my buddy. He makes shirts and hats. We'll sell them at cost. Whatever it costs him to make, we'll just pay him extra. He could ship them direct. I think he's out of Tennessee. He played in a band called The Saint, and Nico was his guitar player in The Saint, and Nico's brother was the guitar player in Tough. Make guitars great again, yeah. That's a great fucking. That's a great slogan. Make guitars great again. All right, everybody. So you got the info. Let's see how many copy this story. Probably nobody. Sasquatch will put it out there. I know. Some of you guys will put it out there. I know. You know, you again, just type in quality control issue and then type the guitar company in. Or is Thoman paying social media. And you can get all the information up, take snapshots of your pictures, and then just copy and paste what they say, and then post it to the whatever you want to do. The Green Avengers, not as big as it used to be. Growers who were locked up. Dude, where's the GLM? We save the growers. Oh man. So like when I did like when Cocaine Bear came out, they should have did a hat. Make cocaine great again. That would have been funny too. Like Miami, the old days. That's funny as shit. The comedy on here is undeniable. So thanks a lot, everybody. I hope you enjoyed the video. Peace out. See you Sunday.